What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm DeaconDoDirty. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like this video after you watch it, make sure you hit that like button. Guys, I kind of want to make this video because if somebody asked me in one of my comments on how do I know what's, I think their specific question was, how do I know what's rare, or how do I know what to buy? Well, that's a kind of broad question. It's kind of hard to answer. I mean, it all depends on what you like and what you want. It depends on what you buy. But here's some tips on just what I feel like you need to abide by or go by whenever you're hunting for pops. Number one, you need to do research. Find out what stores in your area sell pops. You could have Walmarts, Walgreens, Targets. What else? We have Barnes & Nobles, Books A Millions. Comic book stores are a big one. Make sure you know if you have comic book stores in your area and find out if they sell pops. Don't be afraid to call them and say, hey look, do you sell pops? They say no, that's all they can say is no. But make sure you call all your comic book stores and make sure you find out if they sell pops or not. Number two, kind of ties in with the first one, know where in the store to look for the pops. Sometimes I've been to Barnes & Nobles before. I think when I first started hunting pops, I had no idea where to look. Like in Barnes & Noble, they're on a pop stand. Basically, that's the only place you usually will find them unless it's a themed, like a Harry Potter. They might be in the Harry Potter section of Barnes & Noble. Target is kind of a hit and miss. You really got to look around for Target, but usually they're near your electronics and toy section. Walmart's kind of the same way, near your toy section. Sometimes can be near electronics if it's a shipper, meaning it's a big box that holds a bunch of different pops, kind of like they did with the Batman and Superman. You also have Walgreens. Walgreens is usually in the toys and games area, but sometimes you need to look at your end caps because they can set them up there also if they're exclusives and it's, like I said, themed around a certain pop or a certain series of pops. But make sure you just know in the stores where to look. Call friends if you have friends that do pop hunting. Get on YouTube, ask other YouTubers where to look, and make sure you know where they're at when you go in the store. Number three, make sure that you know what pops you want. Make a list of whatever you need to do, because most people I know of that are like me, you have a budget on how many pops you usually buy a month or a week or so. Unless you're completely rich and you just buy all the pops you want in the world, then this doesn't apply to you. But a lot of times I notice that people are either like a certain kind of pop or certain series. Certain people like Disney, so they want to get a lot of Disney pops. Some people like Marvel or DC, so they want to get those. If you're like me, I go for a lot of exclusives because I know those are the hardest ones to find later on down the road. And commons are usually easier to get that I can get later on when I have extra money. So definitely go in the store and find out, you will know what pops you want, because sometimes what will happen is you go to a store, they don't have the one you want, you'll end up saying, well, I'll just get this one. Well, then maybe a week down the road, you do find the one you wanted originally, but you don't have the money for that pop because you spent it on another pop. Number four, don't overpay. A good way to know how much a pop is worth, I mean, unless it's a brand new, in a lot of retail stores, you're going to pay MSRP around anywhere from $9 to $11 or $12, depending on where you get it. But some stores, like comic book stores, will mark what pop is worth, or sometimes way overvalue it. They're like, I've been to stores before, like my Kratos from GameStop. They had him marked for $20. I know he's not really worth, but maybe about $14. So don't overpay on pops. If you find it it's way overpriced, don't spend the money on it. Kind of wait around so you can find another one. Now, if it's something you really want, if you want to spend the money, go ahead. That's fine. That's whatever you want to do. But if you can, try to talk to a comic book store owner, because a lot of times they'll come down the price. Like recently, my Spider-Man that I just bought, he wanted $35 for it, and he gave it for $30. So it works out sometimes if you ask. Number five, when you go to a store and you know you're going to frequent that store a lot to find if they see they have pops or buy pops, create a relationship with the workers there. Sometimes if you create a good enough relationship, they'll actually call you. You can say, hey, here's my number, call me when you get pops in, or they'll let you know exactly when pops are coming out. Because recently I called Hot Topic. I knew the Suicide Squad was coming out in June, but I wasn't sure. They're like, hey, come back on the 1st. We're going to have pops coming out for the Suicide Squad. So yeah, just make sure you don't get angry with the workers if they don't have something. Don't get annoyed with them if they're not working with you to try to help find pops. But if you can, create a good relationship with those workers so they can help you out in the future. Number six, and this is the last tip I have, be courteous. When you go to a store and you say you're looking for, like, I'll give you for instance, I was looking for Carnage. When I got to the store, the girl had 3. Now I did buy 2, but I bought one for me and one for a friend. Now I could have easily just bought the 3rd one and sold it online to somebody for, I guess, that pop price guide worth. But in my opinion, you should be courteous. leave that pot for another collector. That way he doesn't have to overpay online or anywhere else, and he can pay MSRP when he gets to the store. So guys, I hope these tips helped you out. When you go hunting, make sure you don't have to go by these guidelines, but this is kind of what I do whenever I go out hunting. Maybe to help you out. Maybe if anybody else has future questions, ask down in the comments below. If you need any more help with this. Anyway guys, if you like this video, make sure that like button. If you have subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and I'm DeaconDoDirty. I'll catch you later.